Welcome back. In this video, I'm showing you 3 ways to custom Google font in Next.js application. So let's get started. Let's generate Next.js application. So we can say npx create next app at latest. And I'm going to say custom next font for the application name. This doesn't really matter for the name. You can do whatever you want. And for the TypeScript, I'm going to say yes, ESLint yes, Tailwind, I'm going to do yes, source yes, app router yes, import alias, I'm going to say no. All right, so just wait for that. All right, it's done. So now let's open that inside Visual Studio Code. Will open the YouTube content folder. So here, basically we need to cd into the custom next font folder. Cd custom next font folder. And from here, we can say code and then dot. It will open the folder that we need into the Visual Studio Code. As you can see, I already removed the default font that Next.js give us. And also on the page here, I already removed all the content and now we just have main and heading 1. So the first thing is I'm going to showing you how to add custom Google font with variable and class name. So how do we do that? So first, let's go to the font.google.com and we are going to find what the font we are going to use. So maybe we're going to use this Roboto font because this is really popular. So let's click on that. But first, we're going to use what font extension in this Google Chrome. What this is extension do is basically when I refresh, as you can see, when I have this icon here, when I click on that, as you can see, the default font is UI sans serif. This is the default font that we have. All right, and now we are going to use this Roboto font. How do we use that? Simple. So let's go back to layout. This is the root of our application. And in here, what we are going to do, let's say import something from, it's going to be next/font/Google, like so. And what we are going to import is, of course, we are going to import Roboto, like so. And here, how do we use that? It's also pretty simple. First, we need to create variable. The variable name doesn't really matter, but I suggest just say Roboto_init, like so. Set equals to, we put the Roboto, like so. And then here we put an object and we can specify the subset. The subset is normally we use a Latin, right? And also, as you can see, we have to put wake here. And the wake, we can put the wake, for example, 300 for all font in our application, or maybe you want to add a couple wake here. You can also do that. You can say 100, comma, and you can say 300, whatever you want. As you can see here on the Google font, we have the font 100, 300, 400, 500. That's why in here we have also this value. As you can see, 100, 300, 400, 500, etc. So if you want to use more than one wake, you can put that wake in here, for example, 700, like so. All right. So how do we implement the font in our heading 1 maybe? After we create this Roboto init variable, we need to specify the variable key here. The variable key should be string that have this format --font--roboto, just like that. And we can save, and after we create this variable, we can just grab the name of the variable and go to body here, and we can say class name set equals to roboto_init.variable. But of course, we don't yet done. So let's go to the global CSS, and in here we need to create the class that represent the font family. So here we can say class Roboto, and here I'm going to specify the font family into, I'm going to use var, and then I'm going to put the variable that we create in here, which is font Roboto. Let's copy on that and paste that right here. After we're doing that, now we can put the class name, the Roboto class name, into whatever we want. So for example, I'm going to put that into the H1. I can say class name to Roboto. All right, so let's go back and save. And I'm going to use this extension. And as you can see, the heading 2 still use UI sans serif, but heading 1 now use the Roboto font. Nice. So next, I'm going to add a different font, maybe 2 custom font. Let's go back here, and I'm going to use this Play Fair Display maybe. So let's go back, and I'm going to add this font. So let's first import that Play Fair Display like so. And now here again we need to create variable. So we can say const play fair underscore display and underscore init set equals to play fair display, and here we can specify the subset. Again, the subset normally we're using Latin, and also for the wake I'm gonna specify that to maybe, let's say 600, and the variable name I'm gonna do dash font dash play fair underscore display like so. Again, after we create the variable, we need to put the variable like so in this class name, because we have 2. Of course, we need to wrapping this with backtick like so. And of course, now here we can put the play fair. So let's do that. Play fair underscore display underscore init dot variable. And again, after we create this class name, we need to go back to global.css, and in here we need to create the class. So we can say play fair underscore display like so. And now we can just put the font family here. And the font what we are going to use is this one, the font play fair display. Let's copy on that and paste that right here. So now if we want to use this font, we can just grab this class styling here and put that to whatever we want. So for example, I'm going to put that into this heading 2 like so. Let's go back and see what we have. As you can see, this is using Roboto for the heading 1, and heading 2 use play fair display. And the 3 is use the default value, which is sans serif. That's how we add custom Google font with variable and selector. And the next thing is I'm gonna showing you how to do that with Tailwind configuration. So let's go back to the tailwind.config.ts. So inside this extend object here, I'm going to put font family. Let's do font family. And then inside this font family, I'm going to add Roboto. And then here I'm going to put the var. And let's put in string, and then we'll say var and put the variable name, which is font-roboto, like so. And we can just add a comma here, copy and paste. And for the second font is play fair display, copy on that and paste it right here. And for the variable name, we're going to use this one, font play fair display. So let's put that right here, or maybe inside this var, like so. And now we don't need to use this one. Let's just comment that out. And to use that, it's just same. We can just put the variable, where is that? The name of the font here, Roboto or play fair display, and put that into our heading 1 here. And it should be work the same. Let's refresh and see. It's not working. The reason it's not working is because when we're using Tailwind config and put the font in here, we need to specify this should be font, and we need to add font on the front of the font family name, which is font Roboto or font-play fair display, like so. When I save, and as you can see, it's working. This one we have Roboto, and this one we have play fair display. All right, nice. That's how we use the Tailwind config to add the font family here. We also can make this more better. So inside the source, I'm going to create another folder called utils. And inside the utils folder, I'm going to create a file called fonts.ts or .js if you use JavaScript. And here, I just want to copy and paste this one, this import here, cut that out and put it right here. And also we are going to just cut this variable here and put that into the fonts. And also down here, I'm gonna say export variable called roboto and set it equals to roboto init.variable, like so. And again here we are gonna specify this is gonna be playfair underscore display, and this is gonna be playfair display init.variable. And now we can use this variable here into our layout. So here we can just remove all of this, put that right here, and also this one we can put the playfair display, just like so. And of course we need to import that, come from the utils and then fonts, like so, and it should be still working just same. So the next thing is I'm going to showing you how to do that with the default class name method. So let's do that. It's just really easy because by default Next.js give us this way to implement custom Google font. So let's go to the font here, and instead of send the variable, we need to send the class name. So let's say class name, like so. And now we can just directly use the font in whatever we want. So for example, I'm going to do that in here. Let's say roboto, like so. And when I save, and as you can see, it's not work. What I'm doing wrong, it's not work. That is because we put a string here. We don't need to put string if using class name. We need to put a variable here. So let's just remove that, and we are going to use backtick and put the variable roboto in here. What I'm doing wrong, yeah, here we go. So we need to import the roboto from the util/font, and now we should see this is going to be roboto font, as you can see. And yep, I'm going to go back to the font because we're using class name method, so we don't need to add this variable here. Let's just comment that out. And also inside the layout, we don't really need to put that in here. Basically, just remove that. And let's remove this as well, or maybe just comment that out. And now, as you can see, when I refresh and see, this is still use roboto, and this is UI sans serif. And to add the font in this heading too, we can just remove this and put this into, let's say, playfair display, come from the utils font. And as you can see, let's refresh this, and here we go, it's using playfair display. All right, and by default, of course, you can put the roboto here by default on the layout, just right here. You can say class name, and then I'm going to put backtick and put this roboto. So by default, all the font it's using this roboto, which is this 3 here. It should be now use roboto by default. All right, we're done, and hopefully you learned something new from this video. But if you asking me what the best way, I'm gonna say the first way, which is variable and class name, because we don't need to put this variable in whatever we want, right? It's kind of knowing when we import the font right here. I like to just put the name of the font like roboto, etc. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys on the next one.